To my fellow classmates of Ed21 Teaching Profession C, to the online viewers, most especially to our dearest, active, and best instructor, Dr. Derby G. Kinkito Jr. Good day. First of all, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity, and it's my pleasure to introduce myself. I'm Realin T. Fernandez, a BSED math student. The theme, Teachers at the Heart of Education Recovery, recognizes the hard work and tireless efforts of the teachers during the times of the COVID-19 pandemic and lockdowns. According to Aristotle, educating the mind without educating the heart is no education at all. Educating the heart emphasizes the significance of focusing not just on cognitive aspects, our minds, but also on all the traits that make us human, our hearts, and ultimately give us meaning in our lives. More than 3 years since the outbreak of the COVID-19 pandemic happened, many education systems are still facing significant disruptions. Students and teachers in close to 60 countries remain affected by full or partial school closures. But whether students are learning in person or remotely, teachers are at the heart of the process. The pandemic has shed light on the irreplaceable value of the teaching profession in society, but also on the difficult working conditions that teachers are facing. Teachers have been on the front line to ensure learning and continue to learn with their students. When the schools are closed, teachers are the ones to provide social-emotional support to the students, especially in the most vulnerable ones. Most teachers and students have the rapidly adopt remote learning and manage new digital tools often without training. Even now, as the COVID-19 continues, teachers still continuing to assess and manage learning losses in their students, deal with health and safety issues in the classroom, and use remote, hybrid, and in-person techniques to reduce disturbance. To make our teachers happy, we must express our gratitude and deliver our dedication speech to all teachers, as well as their ability to adapt and innovate in the face of extremely difficult and uncertain circumstances. They are at the center of global education recovery efforts and are critical to spending progress towards inclusive, egalitarian, and high-quality education for all students, regardless of all circumstances that we are facing. As we observe our teachers in action, we recognize their contributions and emphasize the enormous responsibility they bear in ensuring that every student can exercise their right to an education. I am now in my second year marked by the COVID-19 pandemic, and this year's celebration will centered on the impact that the COVID-19 pandemic has had on teachers, as well as the actions that need to be taken to ensure that teaching staff can play the role expected of them in recovering from the pandemic and achieving the 2030 global education goal. The COVID-19 pandemic's effects on education that proven the importance of teachers in preserving the continuity of learning, as well as in conserving the very dynamics of homes, families, and communities. We have seen how educators have put teachers at the center of their initiatives. As a result, parents, communities, and educational systems have a restored appreciation for teachers and their essential contribution to the social, economic, and cultural life of countries, as well as to the recovery of education. However, However, the COVID-19 crisis has brought to light significant issues for the teaching profession, such as the lack of opportunities for professional development in online and distance learning, growing workloads, and instances of private school and community teachers going without pay for months or being fired. As a student, this is a challenging time, but it also presents an opportunity for quick transformation to address and meet needs that have been amplified by the pandemic. My appreciation to you for everything you have done, which I will always remember. I sincerely appreciate all of the time you spent assisting me. I'm very grateful for the course I take. I thoroughly appreciated your lessons and your wonderful sense of humor, especially during the times when we face lockdown. And that's be all. Thank you very much.